Alright, this here is how to make your own remote terminal jumper block. Say that again 3 times fast. But some of you may have seen, like construction trucks, oil field trucks, stuff like that. They'll have right on the front of the driver's side front corner of the grill, or even the passenger side, depending on which side the battery is located on, they'll have a little block there that has 2 posts into it. That is a jumper terminal block. The purpose of that being is so that they don't have to pop the hood and mess with everything around there. They can just grab the jumper cables, hook them up here, hook them to whatever they need to jump, and boom, they're done. Now, the reason why I'm making one is because last week we had brutal cold, and I mean it could have been worse, but it was pretty brutal outside. We had wind chills about, I think, 10 below zero, and had a little bit of a mist rolling through, and it freezes on everything, and it belted up. Well, my truck, the hood froze over, and stupid me, I didn't pop the hood so I could open it, and I couldn't get my hood open. I didn't panic. I said, alright, no big deal. Go ahead, turn the key and crank the motor and start it. Battery didn't have any juice to it, barely. So, I'm a little bit pissed at that point. I'm eating ball bearings and crapping BBs, as the expression goes. But luckily mine is a manual. Mine's a stick shift. Mine's manual transmission. So I could just have somebody pull me and start it that way. And if I'll try, well, some of you may already know how to do a pull start with a manual. A lot of times all you do is you put in like 3rd or 4th gear, have somebody hook a tow rope up to you and pull you. Once you get going about maybe 5-10 miles an hour, you release the clutch, and with any luck, the motor will start. Now, it takes a little bit of trial and error to get it to right. So, But anyway, this here is going to be how to make one of these terminal blocks. So in the event you have a hood froze over, or you just don't want to have to open your hood to give somebody a jump or something like that, you can do it. But this, I took a scrap piece of steel and get the camera over here. Yeah, it's about maybe 1/16, 1/8 of an inch thick. But what it did is I took one end and I bent it over to create a ledge. Because the way my truck's set up, this ledge right here will snug up right to my bumper. And again, it's scrap. It's got 1,000 holes in it, but this hole right here, and then there's one hole hidden right from the vise. Those 2 holes I drilled through into my grill. It's just a simple steel grill. I drilled through that, and then I can mount some bolts to hold it in place so it won't go nowhere. Now, the trick is, these are steel bolts. The trick is you do not want them to touch any part of this metal plate, otherwise you'll ground or short and have yourself a wonderful Christmas, as the expression goes, I guess. So to do that, I took the back of it, as you can plain well see right here. I took a can of Flex Seal, and I followed the instructions. I put 3 coats on the back of this because I wanted to make sure, and then I let it fully cure. And then for the bolts, the inside part of the bolt right here, where the threads are, what I did is I took some liquid tape. Now you can get that at like Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, and it's liquid electrical tape, which is what it is. So if you don't know exactly what it is or where to find it, just find somebody and ask them for liquid electrical tape. And they should be able to point you in the right direction. But anyway, I did that. I coated the inside part of the threads to a point. Then I stopped. Let that cure up. And then I took some thin rubber. Now this was obviously thick rubber, but I had some chunks that were half this thickness. I took a couple pieces of those, which you can see right here. These pieces right here. I cut me those. I had to drill the whole 1/2 inch to fit over the bolt and the liquid tape that I'd set up. But I did that. And then for the front, I took one of these. These are just some, I'm not sure what these are, but they're hardened rubber, and they had enough of a thickness to them that I could use them. So I took a couple of these, drilled them out to 1/2 inch, and that's what you see on the front right there. And that hopefully all of it will insulate it from the metal plate. But the metal plate, these bolts are not 1/2 inch. They're more like 3/8 of an inch. But I drilled the holes out to 1/2 an inch so I'd have clearance to build up some rubber liquid tape around the bolt, so it'd set up and I could put it in there and have it set up right. And hopefully it won't make any contact with the metal plate. I hope. Then, for your cables, I just simply went to Walmart and got me some lawn and garden battery cable, 6 gauge, 49 inches. And I stress you'll need at least 49 inches to reach most batteries and grounding points. Because for my ground, there's a bolt right behind the power steering pump that the ground cable for the battery goes to. That's where it grounds at. And that's at least, maybe 2.5 feet. And this is well over 3 feet, so I should have enough room to play with. But the positive battery or cable, they didn't have a red cable, so I had to take a black. And I took a paint stick and, explored my artistic creativity with the cables, just so I could identify. I even painted the bolt so I could tell which one's which. And to hook that up to the battery, where's the damn thing? It always disappears when you need it. Well, let's see. Here it is. This is my shed. You can tell by all the crap I got into it. But you need one of these. It's just a battery post. It's got 2 screws on it. I've got one of these set up on my battery on the positive side because I have multiple electronics that require battery positive voltage. And the old style is, it just clamps onto the battery post and runs to your starter relay. Now you can hook it to your starter relay, but my starter relay has like 1,000,000 to 1 wires on one relay, and I didn't want to have to add another wire to it. So what I did is I got one of these, a post to relay cable, which is about maybe 24 inches, give or take. You could easily get another one of these and use that. I mean, you just need it long enough to reach from the battery to your starter relay. Again, this is for old trucks. If you have a newer style truck with like the side posts, you might be able to get by with just getting like a longer bolt and just doing it that way. But what I'll do is, like thread, put it through here, one of these, and then I'll have positive to there, and then the ground behind the power steering pump. Oh, good gracious, over 10 minutes already. But anyway, I hope this helps you in a bunch of ways, and I hope you find it informative. If you have any suggestions for improvements, please leave me a comment below the video. And I thank y'all for staying tuned. I know I'm not the greatest speaker or the greatest illustrator, but I try my best. But thank y'all for watching. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you wish. Catch y'all later. Peace.